Welcome back to Barely D&D, your sorta Dungeons and Dragons podcast. My name's Jaci, and I don't know why I said my name, but we are back with episode 83.
That's 7 more than
What?
76.
Good
This has
math.
been your Math with Zach segment.
My math is wrong. Not right.
It is. That's right.
No, you're gaslighting me.
7 plus 6 is 13. This has been
Uh,
not your Math, Abby, beginning segment.
Raccoon.
76 plus 7 is 83.
That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, you can put it in a calculator.
I don't have
It's
an
episode, it's episode 83 because there's only 3 of us today.
Yes, so important tidbit of information. Mika, let's see, what was the big Mike stuck being? There was a tugboat that got marooned trying to fish for shrimp in Louisiana, and the big Mike signal went off in the cloudy sky over Gotham. So Micah got down on all fours and fled to Louisiana at great pace. And she is now in a canal. She has like arms on like a heavy chain, and she's just got her legs in the water going, and she's just
like hooked
pulling
up
a
in one of the
tugboat
suits.
back to port.
It's being the whole thing is being like kind of like live tweeted on her Facebook. So if you could just
There's
you can
no
go
such
hop
thing
over
as
there
tweet.
to get you can go hop over there to get the
Please don't go to our
live
Facebook.
invite.
If it
The
still
live,
exists, we haven't checked it in months.
no, I meant like Micah's Facebook.
Oh, anyways,
Like
we're
our
on
audience-
episode 83. I am the DM
go,
now. Look
Jackie.
at me. It's
Let's go.
3488
Do you think you're
T-butter.
safe?
What?
Have we gotten so far into this campaign that you think you're safe?
I'm never safe. Ro is the
We can make this
tiny speck.
Yeah. We're close to your home. Don't you forget that. So anywho, Mike and Landon are missing.
Threaten my
And we're
home.
doing a lot of this. Yeah, we're doing a lot of this at distance. And that's the thing I tried to say for 10 minutes.
Not 10 minutes.
Yeah, it really wasn't. It was probably like 5. But yeah, so they're
I
missing.
call hyperbole.
We are all very comfortable with each other, clearly.
Yeah, says the man that farts on us all the time.
All right, Jaci, fair play. You know what they say, a gassy DM is a great DM. So this is episode 83 for the note-taking nerds. But before I give you that, sorry, I clickbaited you. We have to do our letter question. I just realized that we have to do that. So who had our letter question?
Abs.
I also just realized that I don't think we've done a letter question from the editor in like
I know.
easily 6 months.
Well, sometimes
Yeah.
you're the editor.
It is a editor question. Okay, so what do
Oh
you have,
my
abdominals? What's the question?
Okay. My question is, and I have to speak directly to our audience really quick so that they can understand. Y'all know when you're like walking outside or you're sitting in your house or you're like just chilling in like a store, and then all of a sudden like a smell hits you and you're like time warped back to like 2nd grade. You know, like you're
Mhm.
time warped back to a random afternoon when you were like 7, and it's just
Yeah.
like a heavy, heavy wave of nostalgia kind of like punching you over and over in the face. For your character, what would that smell be?
Who's the DM NPC?
No skills.
You're
Tello.
too late.
I want
I was-
Tello on this.
I was thinking Tello too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we could totally start out with nose goes, but let's just feed into the chaos and let's get some rock, paper, scissors going because I'm really fond of this segment nowadays. So rock, paper, scissors. Okay, so ready? Boulder, parchment, shears. Okay, so Grabuelita, you have to go first.
Mhm.
Imagine how if someone just started in this podcast at episode 83, imagine how lost they would be at the sheer level of references and nicknames and like
Peanut butter, grab your leaf.
yeah. The year is 3488 peanut butter Grabuelita. So anyway, what's Griva's thing?
Real quick. I'm calling out my mom here. She asked me if Gretta changed her name to Greba because Zach started calling her that so much. She was like, "Wait, did she actually change the name of her
Is
character?"
her
I was
name Greba now?
I was like, "No."
So funny.
Your mom said, "Why does Abby make such irresponsible decisions with her character?"
What?
Be like
I think it
losing
was
her
more so
class.
on you, bruh.
So, what was what's your thing, Grabby?
My thing is, I think there would be like a soup. Mm, I take it back. It's very similar to like the camping smell when you go camping and like you wake up and it's just camping. Um, but I think like a cool wind, like a cool morning wind with like the dew, like kind of humid, and there's like dew on the grass, and she's just waking up, and like the smell of dewy grass and cool wind in the morning.
Mm,
Mm, that's my answer.
I like it.
Sorry, I got distracted.
Listeners, there's a humming feeder out the
Sorry, there's a
window.
ruby-throated hummingbird outside, and I forgot
Our
we were
DM is
recording.
completely transfixed.
I like animals. Ro, what's yours?
Okay.
Sorry.
I think mine's a mix of a couple things. So like one thing I would say like old book smell cuz
Ooh.
Ooh.
cuz like growing up in the orphanage, I think she probably spent a lot of time like looking through like the books in like the library and like maybe some books about Saloon, stuff like that. So she probably spent a lot of time there. I think the other thing there's two other things. I think the other thing would be why are you laughing? Why-
There's this random line in Elf where this nun they're trying to prove how much of a bad guy, um, uh, oh my god, Buddy's dad is, and, he's at a publishing company, and it cuts after Santa says that spoilers for the 2005 movie Elf, um, it cuts to Santa telling Buddy that his dad is on the naughty list, and Buddy goes, "No!" Then it flashes to his dad in a publishing office with a nun, and it goes to the nun going, "You're taking away the books." And then the editor dad guy's like, "Yeah, you didn't make your payments." And then she goes, "But the orphans love the books." And then you
Aw.
just talked how much you liked books in an orphanage. And anyway, okay, let's get to this.
um, the other thing would be like, you know when wood is like really old?
Yes.
Like wood flooring, wood walls, like when you
Yes.
walk into like an old cabin, I think
Yeah.
that would be a smell, but I think it would be something that she still smells to this day, but it's always in her mind because of when she first got her like when she first like her Aunt Annie probably gave her the loot once she could like
Um,
stand, to like hold it or whatever. And I feel like the lute is so old, it probably has that, like, really old wood smell. Like,
good old
I have
wood
my
smell.
grandfather's guitar, and it smells that way.
Oh,
And every
heck
Aw.
time I
yeah.
play it, I smell
This is a good answer.
that old wood. So I think it would be that, and she gets, like, memories back from her childhood every time she, like, gets close to it because she's always smells it. And then the
Yeah.
third thing would be
That's a
in, like, the
phenomenal answer,
yard.
Brady.
Thank you. And then I'm going a little hard here because we are in Zedge, so
Right, this is like the perfect I didn't realize
yeah.
this is like the perfect question for
And
right
then the
now.
third thing would be something we just talked about that Abby created that Abby and Zach created for Zedge, a sun lily. I feel like they were probably like in the yard, like in the playground, like the play area, like when they would go out and like be able to play outside. And like Abby said they smell like rosemary, but less pleasant. And I feel like when she
Zach just
smells
sitting here
that,
taking notes,
yeah.
and there was a play area.
Mean like a play area,
Yard.
but I mean like when they would go outside to, play in the grass. I'm not saying like there was a playground at this orphanage. I just mean like, when it would be like, okay, you guys can go play outside, in the
First note in my
grass.
notes for today says, "And there was a playground?" Question mark. Um,
Ro
okay,
gets next,
so
she's like, so where's the
so
playground? Did you guys tear it down?
I describe everything in detail, and you're like, "Wow, you freaking got rid of the playground?" Okay, so Tello.
No, I
Um,
just mean the
well,
grass.
when he's looking back on these days with the party, it'll definitely be Craig's farts, but for
Oh,
right now, looking back on his childhood, um, what would it be? You know, I think it would be sense of, like, fall, like, that sort of musty sweet smell that ends up in the air
mm,
around fall when, like, all the leaves are falling, because Ostellaria, I mean, the Bois is, like, just a huge, massive forest, And so in the fall, like millions of pounds of gigantic leaves fall. And so, like, I mean, an area of ground probably the size of the state of like Maine is just like leaf litter.
Um,
And so that scent has to be like a really powerful cognizant cue for him. And
yeah.
I bet that's probably even something he experiences just all around the world. Whenever he's somewhere where like
Mm.
trees have shown their leaves, I bet he really feels like, dang, I have to go clean the outhouse. They didn't have an outhouse. So good question, Jabby or Greba or whoever did it. This is episode 383 for the note taking nerds. No place like home.
My gosh, I'm so excited.
Hey.
I'm so excited.
So I'll let you guys take
No,
that down. Then let me know when you're ready for
it's
the rest of the details.
like hope.
Okay. And then it is a level 9 adventure. The date is 3488 post birth. Bial Adron 9. The day of the week is Amech, which for our listener is like Monday. And it is 1204 Pum, which only Rowan knows.
It's
Also,
lunchtime.
it kind of goes without saying because I made this as a joke forever ago, but I say all the time it's 3:14 and 32 seconds a.m. Like her feature is like she's like I bet it's around 3.
Yeah,
I bet it's around 3:30, which I think
yeah,
but just for the sake of the
yeah,
listener, I've been saying that forever.
yeah.
Um, so let's see if our new music chat works. Let me know if everyone can hear this. Yeah.
Might be a little loud.
Yeah, how do I turn this thing down?
So you change that on your
I
end.
got it, yeah.
So
Oh,
you're gonna
that
go over to
sounds
the left,
nice.
Jabby, and you're gonna right click
I
the
do know
bot.
how to do this.
Change the audio levels. Sorry, now it sounds like I was mansplaining. We were listener. An important
I'm
piece of
just
information is that we were
kidding.
doing audio stuff
Mansplain alert.
beforehand. Okay. Um. Right. So fun guys minus. Oh, and then canonically, Boz and Craig are here the whole time. Uh, and Boz is pensive and quiet. He's worn out from his journey, and he's just quiet in his new spoopy cloak. And then Craig keeps darting away to the bathroom the whole time. So he's constantly having to look for one and pittering pattering away. But so they're just there and quiet. Um, and I actually have to adjust my thought a little bit because I realized that I had it with us coming back in on Boz. But uh,
We're going to the magic shop, right?
yes. Well, so um,
Or Ro
Jabby.
was. I don't know what
Uh,
you mean when you say that, if you mean me or Abby.
I know. Me too.
That's
uh,
real confusing.
Jabronosaurus Rex.
Okay.
You're in the massive repurposed building that is the former central governmental building of Yesbin, um, with its many office suites and debate chambers and file storage chambers and clerks' offices, all converted into different huts and storefronts and storage rooms and just shops for this massive bazaar, the central bazaar of Yesbin, which has long corded ropes with hanging tapestries, many of which emblazoned the new Zegian flag on them. And there's the smells of many foods and the sound of much chatter and deliberation over prices and um, guffawed gasps at a lovely item and frustrated shouting about something that's come out wrong. And it's all around you. And you guys have been through many multiple shops. And Ro, you are headed down toward a tall arch in one of the doorways that leads to a slightly subterranean supply closet that you know to be converted into Haj's alcove. And you are arriving at uh, this portal into this lower shop at the same time that Greta is arriving, having you came from the apothecary, am I correct?
I came from the creature shop.
Yes, you came from
Yes.
the pet story. As just as Ro came from somewhere. and I don't know why.
Okay. You said "just as"? I thought you said "shista," and I was like,
And so,
What?
uh, roll initiative. Uh,
like, alarm bells started very
Oh
like,
my gosh.
going
because
off in my
because
head.
we have the cathedral either coming up this session or next. This week, I listened to North Storm again because it felt appropriate, and I really forgot what it was like to listen to you guys go through a TPK. It was wild. Just speaking of Shista, but
I
great.
listened to the North Storm I listened to the North Storm song on the airplane on my way back to LA, and there's just something about listening to that while you're flying, man.
Milk was a bad choice. And listener, that's a shameless plug. If you wanna go to
Yeah.
Spotify, Apple, anything like
Yeah.
that, in the long list of things that we have and offer, um, some of the music that we use in session that I have created is now on Spotify. And the point of that is not to be like, "Come look at me and I'm cool." I have made this music for the purpose of DMs using it in their sessions. So feel
Yeah.
free to listen to it for fun, but there's one called "Faffing About" that's just kind of like a good little, "Hody dome" song, and then North Storm, the battle track from that episode is up there. So if you wanna use those in your home games and your sessions, please feel free.
Yeah.
So that's
So
just a
guys,
whisper.
if you're ever, like, listening
Yalabrinian Bard is what you
if
Celebrating
you're
said.
Bar.
ever listening to the episodes and you're like, "I love this music, but I wish all these guys would stop talking over it," we have the solution for you.
Anywho,
Check out our
back to the
Ye
Spotify.
session.
Okay. Cool, cool, cool.
So the great assemblage of smells are sort of mixing together and washing out as the two of you guys convene at this sort of arch leading downward in the middle of all of this pale limestone from which all of Yesbin is has been constructed. That's been sort of like dusted a slight tinge of orange at its base, with its from its original eggshell hues, almost looking like a sandstone now. And these steps descend downward at sort of like an angle that cuts to a right. Must be like kind of like a 90-degree descending stairwell, and you all can see that ahead of you.
Where was
Yeah,
Tello too? Where was he?
and
Where was
he
he
is there.
hanging out? Okay, I didn't know. I was just wondering.
And
Okay, cool.
Boz and Craig, you can see them walking from different directions
Okay.
around the bazaar, coming to you. Actually, you see Craig grab his butt suddenly, turn and run for a restroom, so he'll won't be there for a second. And
Okay.
then Boz gets distracted and starts talking to somebody. So
Cool,
the
cool,
two of you
cool.
guys are there with Tella.
Oh, hey.
Greta,
Oh,
Greta,
hi, Mark.
Tello. You guys have to try this. I got cake from
Ooh, that
my
looks like some cake.
favorite bakery, and
Oh, okay, rolling on.
I don't think I've had it in like I don't know, like almost 20 years. And so
Oh, I'm sort of excited to try this. You've talked about cake for months.
yeah, and this is where I learned to love cake.
Ooh.
Aw.
So, Ro, do you what do you produce?
Yeah, I opened the box and I'm like and I'm like this is from Ordo's and this is like it's just it's so wonderful. And Zach, you can describe that cake again
As
for the
Ro
listener.
opens the thin, like, sort of cheap wooden box, as she opens it up, there's an immediate waft towards your nose, Greta, of,
Mm.
like, sort of like a very creamy sweet vanilla mixed with a very sharp scent of lemon. Um,
Okay.
and this must be some sort of like a lemon cake, which is, food you've never had in your life. And there's just these thin sheet cake slices that are cut, and Ro opens up the box. And as she opens it, like four people around you just kind of turn their heads, wafted by the smell, and like look at the box, look up, find Ordos, and start walking in that direction.
I'm a
So
walking
the box has
advertisement.
been open in front of you, and it's the all you can see from the top is inside of the thin light pine box. It's just it's just like swirling sort of sweeps of vanilla icing laid
Ooh.
back over each other,
Mm.
frosting with like perfectly cut lines bisecting them.
And like little like lemon crystal things, right? Didn't you
Yes,
say they were like
yes.
sprinkles kind of, but lemon?
Water and sugar, soaked together in lemon, juice, sort of like crystallized and broken up, have been, like, ground up and drizzled so that it like, the cake is, like, sparkling a little.
Mm.
This is
Oh,
this
that
is what
looks
I was
amazing.
this is what I was telling Craig about, how we have like little candy rocks here.
That that looks amazing. Can I try one?
Yeah, take a piece. I got it for all of us.
How much? Okay, how much cake is there?
A lot, right? It was, like, 20 pieces or something?
Yeah, because I was confused. I thought it
Um,
was really expensive and I thought it was
A lot.
25 gold pieces and you said it was 25 pieces of
Yes.
cake.
That's a lot of cake. I wish we could take it back to the ship because that's a lot.
Huge cake. So
We
Greta,
might
can
could.
you
Yeah, Greta's gonna reach in with like extended claw fingers
the
and reach
claw?
for one. She's gonna like reach for one and pick it
You
up.
pull it out. Tello gives you eyes, which your insight's fairly high. You just know him to be implicitly asking you to prestidigitate the piece next to it. Um, and as you whistle,
I do it under my breath. I'm like to see if like
real
Greta
real
doesn't
quiet
realize.
whistle, and it like some of the dirt like wicks away, and then Tello nods, thinking you slips his finger under and pulls out a piece. Um, Greta, top 20 of your life, easy bites you've ever taken. Easy.
Wow.
There is
Wow.
every flavor is strong, and none of them are overbearing.
Wow.
You can't pick all of them apart, but they all work in tandem. The cream and the way it's preserved into frosting somehow is beyond your culinary awareness, but the cream is heavy. The actual cake is very light and well aerated.
Ratio to like
Oh,
frosting
phenomenal.
and
And in fact, you're surprised by the ratio of frosting. There's more of it than you think that there should be, and then you realize that so much of the flavor is in the frosting. And then a lot of
oh,
the cake is for texture. And it's light
oh,
and fluffy. As you chew it in your mouth, it mixes well with the frosting. And the actual cake is simultaneously a little drier than you expected, and the frosting is a little more moist. And so you can tell that it's very much meant to be had together.
okay.
And as the cake
Wow.
mixes with the frosting for just an instant, it sort of preserves it for a little bit. And what's interesting is that you can tell that there are lemon shavings in the icing, which are providing that tart contrast. There are also like sort of desiccated lemon rind strips in the cake that they have a crunch to them as you chew. And the
Mm.
flavor is exquisite. It is
It sounds
strong, but just the right level of strong that like when you eat it, you don't get that sensation where you're like, oh, that was quite a bit. It's not too rich and it's very hard not to.
it's like perfect. It's like magical food. This cake is like enchanted.
Tello has fully like he's closed his eyes, realized he was accidentally softly moaning and stopped. And then he takes another bite and he's just not he like kind of forgets you guys are there for a little bit chewing soft.
I'm glad
Greta,
I see why you got so much now. This is
right?
insane.
I used to eat this stuff all the time when I was a
No,
kid,
I would
and
too.
yeah, oh, so good. Greta, do you think you said if we took it back to the ship, have you ever tried to like put one of like you like to carry around sandwiches everywhere?
Yes.
Have you ever put
She
one
reaches into
in
her pocket for a sandwich.
Do you
I
produce
I
a
I
sandwich?
I
No,
don't
Oh,
I'm like, "Yeah, yeah, yeah." Like,
no,
yeah.
no, no, I don't need a sandwich.
Okay, okay.
Have you ever put one in one of your, like, special pockets?
Yeah,
She says kind of
I
under her
have
breath
a
because 'cause they're in
sandwich.
a place.
I've got yeah, and Greta, like, matches the tone. "Yeah, I've got a sandwich pocket."
Does it, like, preserve
Um,
the food or no?
it kind of it does
a little bit. Not
yeah.
significantly, not the sort of like as a strategy in the future, a dead party's gonna preserve a dead body in here, but like, yeah, a little bit because there's lack of airflow. There's less foreign antigens, and
You
the
remember
oxygen is limited, which, like, has been in less scientific terms discussed. So
Mm.
yeah,
you're aware that there's only so much oxygen in there, and you're not exactly sure why. We, like, sitting around the table get it, but, like, something about the lack of air maybe, or maybe the temperature, but you know that, like, food does indeed keep slightly
Mm.
longer in there.
yeah. So I say it's not, like, forever,
Yeah.
but it is good at, like, keeping things from getting, like,
I
all
guess
green or, like, decaying or whatever.
I guess we could put, the cake in there if we wanted to keep it a little longer, see if it lasts until I don't know if it would last until we get to the ship next, but we could try it. It's up to
Yeah.
you.
Well, and we can always, like, check on it, just to
True,
make sure.
true. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Do you know how big
for now I can carry it around, it's fine.
okay, okay. Yeah, just let me know. I got lots of room. DM, how big is the box?
The box is, like, a foot and a half length and width, and then about, like, mm, 4 inches tall. Yeah,
It's a
pretty big.
big box
Okay.
of cake.
I
They're
think I
they're
got
big pieces of cake,
Yeah.
big squares.
Cake. Okay.
Yeah, I remember.
So, Greta, you open up a
Okay,
pocket,
cool,
put it
cool.
inside. It's not hard. You get a
Well,
couple looks as people realize it's
Ro's gonna
magical, but
hold it.
people move on.
Ro's holding it right now.
Yeah, I was
Okay.
gonna hold it for a little bit.
Yeah.
Never mind. You
I
don't.
may
That
want
doesn't
to
matter.
snack on it a little more before we put it away, you know?
I know if you put it in my pocket, I might eat all of it. Just
Yeah.
I wouldn't. I wouldn't. I promise.
What that party do?
Oh,
So
we're in front of the magic store, right?
yeah, I was gonna go in here if you want to check it out. This is I think this is one of the only magic shops here.
Yeah.
I
No,
wanted
I'd
to
love
just see
to.
what they have.
We can see how it compares to.
Are you talking about the opalescent home, Greta?
Yes. Yeah. And
I mean, nothing. I don't feel like anything compares to that.
yeah.
College has created a pretty amazing space, but
Yeah.
magic shops are always fun. You never know what you're gonna find.
Yeah. I think so too. Okay. And Greta turns and walks into the store.
Same.
Sorry, hummingbirds. So you guys turn through
And
the
I
arch
turn into a
and
hummingbird.
you begin walking down, and
Mhm.
uh, there are small sconces. There are Nate. They're not large at all. Each of them is about 3 or 4 inches tall, and they are framed by they're framed by, let's say, hmm, just like a simple iron, um, a very thin wire armature almost. That's sort of like a half centimeter gauge iron armature all along the edge that has like these sort of gilded designs, and there's this like kind of like an almost pale whitish flame. You get the feeling that it just has a different source, and it's sort of licking light all around the walls, dancing it over the stairs. As you guys go down, you make a right, then another, then another. You realize that you've gone maybe 20 or 30 feet underground, and eventually you realize two thick walls of wooden beads, like beaded cords back to back, and it's like a bead door, but there's two in front of each other so that you can't directly see through them. And inlaid in the last step on the floor is a carving that has uh, laid into it, we'll say like copper, that says Haj's alcove, and Haj is spelled HAASHJJ.
And it's Haj's alcove.
Yes, and both A's are accented. Um, Row, you don't need to make some sort of a check here. You know implicitly. This is one of the more esoteric names of Zedge. Zedge is prone to some very strange names, like Yozg and Yub and Haj and Bruggen. And these are reflective not of the common often spoken here, but of many of the shared linguistic commonalities of the forest-born tongues, and that it's like a cultural heritage from old Zedge. Um, and that while much of that culture is really not represented anymore, a lot of the names remain.
Damn, this is a player question. Forestborn is like we're talking like
Cervid, Hedge,
okay,
Malpak, those are like the raccoon people, the bunny people,
got it, got it,
um,
got it, got it. What's the guide that is? Never mind.
uh, Humblewood, which
Humblewood.
also,
Okay.
listener, shout out to Humblewood if you're looking for a good expansion. One of the best I've ever bought. It's phenomenal. It's a really, really great expansion. I recommend it highly. Um, it's also a great introduction campaign for players, and also not bad for kids. Anywho, um,
We love Humblewood here.
so you recognize the name, and shop lies beyond. Before we go in, Ro, would you say that this is somewhere you have been before?
I think so. Yeah. I
Okay.
probably I probably didn't go to it as much as like I did to the opalescent home when I lived there, because when I lived in Zedge, like Ro did not have as much like
Yeah.
money and everything else. But I think
And
she
so
probably went
we'll
in there
say
a
that
few
maybe
times.
like
Shopping.
we'll say maybe that like this isn't somewhere you made a whole lot of big purchases. Maybe even just sort of like introduce yourself as a young upstarting
Mhm.
bard. You know Haj, uh, the purveyor, and maybe you bought your first like pretty minuscule magic item here, but just something. Maybe it's not even one you own anymore. Maybe it was rather perfunctory, but it just gave you the satisfaction of being like, "Oh, I have one." So
Yeah.
you visited here a couple
I
times.
feel like I was probably kind of like, those young kids, I was like this, that you would like they would go in Guitar Center and play on the guitar, piano, or drum kit for like an hour, but not buy
That
anything.
is a
I feel like that
phenomenal
was the
comparison.
vibe.
That's awesome, Jackie. So do you guys enter?
Yes.
So as you push through um, the beaded barrier, there's like a it's the beads rack back and forth on each other, and as you push in, Greta, it's a very weird space in front of you. Ro, you remember it fondly, but Greta, it's about a like a 30-foot diameter space, not big at all, and it is perfectly circular. It is a flat, even stone floor, and the floor is very heavily water stained. Um, It has designs from where standing water remained left and sediment gathered. And however many times that has been washed through, the sediments have like stayed a long time in the stone. And it's interesting because it's just limestone, coated in some sort of a sealing something, but they have designs that make them look like marble now, just because of
Ooh,
but like off marble, like sort of like a sandstone marble, if you would,
that's cool.
just because of the sediments left behind. And the designs all blur over each other. And there are uh, five all around the room. There are five uh, drain mouths, like metal grates in the ceiling.
Oh,
Um, and in the room, in the center, the central 10 feet, is five sort of concentric circular steps leading downward. And there's a rug in the middle. But you put together that long ago, this was likely not so much a room intended for inhabitants, but a place where water would come and drain away from the streets, where the river would overflow. And clearly, at some point, people have like sealed off those
yeah.
pipes so that they would no longer do the tunnels. At least they're probably not pipes, but the tunnels that would be prevented. But those remnants are still here, and the feeling of the previous space. There are some pretty large sconces all around the room, each maybe a foot tall, and a good 20 of them at equal intervals that have been affixed to the wall. They're well kept, well polished, and they look like a newer make. So you get the feeling that they match the ones on the stairs. These must be put up by Hodge, whoever the purveyor is, and they light the space well. And all around the room are slightly curved bookshelves and display things. There's a limited array of magic items here. You can count maybe 30 in various display cases on walls, cases, scrolls, and there's also just like some like whole wall of scrolls, and then a rack of clothes, and there's like a rack of like leather satchels, some walking sticks. It looks like this is just sort of like a traveler's general store, So clearly, this purveyor sells magical items, but also just items at large. Um, Interestingly, even the ceiling has some sediment marks on it, as well as the walls. So apparently, this place used to fully flood when utilized. Um, and it occurs to you all that you guys might not even notice. Maybe some of this sediment was marring the stairs on the way down as well. Um, and at one far end, there is a stone arch where the stone is paler and has a wooden, like a thick oak door set into it. And you all realize that the stone arch here has no sedimentary marbling on it. So it looks much newer. So this is probably an additional construction since, and you would assume that this leads away to maybe a storage chamber or maybe the purveyor's home. And not far in front of it is sort of like a standing half desk. No, what am I thinking of? Um, at a it's like a kiosk, I guess, but a single island of it, singular island kiosk. I don't know if that's correct. There's an island desk in front of the door, and standing there is a tiefling man.
Mm.
Um, he is his head comes up to about 5'8", but his horns take him up to about 6'4".
Ah,
Um, he is very thin, very tall, sort of lithe. Um, he has a tall face, like and very high angular cheekbones. So he could be like strikingly handsome, and it's not to say he isn't. That's of course a subjective perspective. But in a less classical sense, his cheeks then draw in quite a bit and come a very tall face and pull to a very like sort of a very strong cheek line or jawline, but that comes very narrow to a hard point. It's a very extreme face. So were it to be something that someone found attractive, it would be extremely so, but it could also be quite off-putting. There's a long nose, strong, very well pointed, thin lips, Um, he has high brows and set in his eyes are perfectly pale eyes, pupilless,
Mm,
irisless. Uh, and not only pupilless, but irisless. You cannot see where he is looking. Ro, you know when you get very close to this individual that there are indeed irises, but they're like a different shade of white. So you have to be
Mm.
like a couple feet away to tell where he's looking at any given time.
that's
And then the whole individual has skin as white as marble. And he
Ooh.
has long, straight hair that spills down on his shoulders, and you can tell, like almost halfway down his chest, that is also perfectly white and perfectly straight, and, almost kind of thin.
mm,
And he has two long impala horns that go
Mm.
straight up, tall, almost. Well, impala's not even right. It's like an ibex's horns. You guys can look up IBEX, ibex,
Yeah.
but they're thinner. They're not as thick. They go straight up and they recurve side
mm,
of the top. They're very tall, and these horns are just a light gray. It's like there's no naturally dark tissue on him. He has long arms,
Mm.
and as he stands next to this desk thing of some kind, for which Zach has forgotten the word, he does not have classical legs. He has recurved knees, as would the back legs of like an ungulate deer. Which, fun fact, those are not actually recurved knees. It's just ankles, but we don't have to get into ungulate bone structure. Ask me a break.
Mm.
It's just really long tarsals, but and
yes.
there are indeed cloven hooves at the bottom of his feet, and he's
Oh,
wearing this very tight, well fitted, um, very very dark blue tabard with like tight slacks and an undergarment, and then the tabard comes over, but it's not a thick sort of like quilted pattern, thick wool tabard. It's very thin cloth. It almost looks like maybe like a silk, and it has a dark green trim, and the cuffs of the sleeves sort of billow out, trumpet out widely, almost like sort of like a classic wizardy cloak. And there's a
Mm.
sleeve underneath that pulls all the way to his wrist, where like the larger cuff hangs down loosely around it. Um, and as you all enter through the beaded layers, he like looks up in recognition. Doesn't need to look up much because he's so tall. He's practically looking down from across the room at you all. And Ro, the great difference you notice is that he is yeah, he is every way the way you remember him, but there is now a uh, a gash that starts kind of right under the base of his left eyebrow, and then cuts underneath his eye, leads kind of down across his mouth, um, and a little bit down his chin, pulls up his lip a little bit toward his other lip. Um, and one of his eyes is like a little discolored, and there's a line that goes through it. So
oh,
it's a pretty
no.
gnarly scar going down the left side of his face. Um,
Um,
yeah.
where
Ye
was I'm sorry, where was the desk in relation to the whole room? Desk,
It's like the
kiosk thing.
doors. This other newer door is fully opposite the
Okay.
stairwell you walked in, and the desk is in front of that.
Okay.
Just
Okay.
opposite.
Okay. Thank you. Sorry.
And
Yeah.
describe the desk more. What is the desk? No, I'm just kidding.
Roll initiative.
What's the name of the desk? What would the name
Yeah, roll
What's
initiative.
the name of
what would
this?
the noun be? Give me a noun for that guy.
All of your
Um,
loved ones are mortal.
Oh my gosh.
mm, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. I'm
So
gonna
you guys enter.
apologize.
What do
Go
you do?
ahead, bro.
Wait, what? What'd you say, Greta? Were you was that
Guys,
Greta or was
this
that
is
Abby?
okay. So let's address the locks that on in the room just right off the bat. Any session where Micah and Landon are not present, we inevitably do this thing where you guys walk to a doorway, and then you're like, Jackie, you can go in the door. And then I was like, no, you go in the door. And then you're like, well, I could open the door. And then you're like, well, because doors, you put your hand on the door, and then you could. So just do a thing.
It's not my hometown, okay?
Just go.
I think it's because Abby and I both like want to go
And in
grab
fact, we're
everything and
doing it
like
now. So just feel
okay,
free to just pick an
yeah,
action and role play it.
okay. So, well, I want to look around. Does
Yeah,
he
let's
look at so
go
we
in there.
well, okay, so we can't tell from where we are if he's looking directly at us, right?
I
With
mean,
how
his
you said.
face is toward you all.
Okay, so Ro, when she walks in,
Get the feeling he's looking
she's
at
not
you.
gonna
Yeah.
be creepy. She's gonna be hello there.
Um, the tall Haj sort of looks up and just says, "Salutations."
I like his
I give
voice.
a little I give a little wave.
and he, raises it's this funny he lifts his arm halfway up and just lifts his fingers one after another in, like, a
Hmm.
sort of slow wave. And he has long fingers and kind of long pointed nails as if
Hmm.
he plucks an instrument of some sort.
Oh,
And Roe, an important note, his voice did not used to sound like that. It's a
oh,
very different voice.
really?
Yeah.
Wait, what did it used to sound like? It was you said it was clearer or
Oh, a lot smoother, a lot more natural,
interesting?
Hmm.
but
How long have sorry, Jackie, how long has Ro been gone?
18 years. Yeah.
Okay, so that's a lot of room for a lot of
Yeah. Yeah. She's been gone 18 years, but you have to remember, I'm just saying this for the listeners. You have to remember she's a half dryad. So, like, really, she left when she was like basically like a teenager kind of vibe. Like, she left when she was like
Mhm.
between 15 and 18 years old. And now that she's back, it's kind of like she's like, I don't know, it's kind of like a human, like 27-year-old, kind of vibe.
Okay,
Right, Zach?
okay.
Wouldn't that be kind of close?
uh
Okay.
yeah, that's a really good comparison.
Yeah.
Maybe and what's her total age again?
She is 51. She's been gone 18
So,
years.
honestly, younger.
Really? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, no, she's like 21.
Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah,
Cool, cool,
that's not
cool.
old at all for her.
Yeah. So, yeah. Okay. I
Maybe
think
go
Rose gonna go I think she's gonna go up to him because she's a little because she doesn't remember him like that and she's just gonna kind of go up to the desk and be like, um I don't know if you remember me or not, but I was in the store. I mean, I was here like almost 20 years ago, and it's great to see that the store's still here, and uh, I'm excited to look around.
A sort of soft smile spreads across his face, and he says, "I remember you,
Oh,
Rowan.
oh,
Um,
wow.
I should know you all the better now."
Ro Ro kind of gulps as I just did. um, oh, yeah. Well, it's good to be on home soil, I guess.
I I'm surprised no one stopped you yet.
Uh, what do you mean?
Can't kill a Kefkin general and go unknown.
jeepers. Greta's gonna kinda, like, choke on her own spit a little bit.
Yeah, I think I
You're
think
across the room looking at something, and you
Yeah.
I think Ro does too, because like, really, no one has really said that out loud to
no,
us.
nobody's
That's
brought it up.
not yeah, like, so I think Ro's like, "Oh, well, I mean, yeah, um,
I'm gonna
yeah, it's just good to be in Zedge." Um, do you have any, do you have any what items do you have in stock right now?
He gets another
Anything
soft
cool?
smile, and he looks around and he goes, "I do indeed have items." And, there's a clump of his hooves as he walks forward around the room. And as he's walking, he places both hands behind his back kind of elegantly, crosses them smoothly. He has a very, like, slow, measured gait. He's got, like, kind of a grace to his movements as he walks around. He gets, like, kind of maybe, like, 3 feet, and before he starts speaking, he turns back toward you a little suddenly, and he says, "What exactly are you looking?"
Um, I I don't really know. Maybe maybe something to carry my stuff better. One of our my friend over there, she has a really nice cloak that helps her carry things. And if you had any bags, my bag's getting kind of full, if you know what I mean.
"I have a number of traveling packs, but if you are looking specifically for an item of holding, I'm afraid that I do not have such.
Hmm.
I apologize."
No, that's okay. Yeah, I mean,
"In that variety, I have a few potions
ooh,
as well as, a cloak, yeah, a belt, it's quite fashionable, um, a wand, and, um, a writing quill as well as a ring. I sort of
Ooh,
trade in what passes through.
yeah. What's the writing quill?
Well, follow me. And he crosses over the space to where there's this tall shelf of scrolls, and he gestures toward this display desk. And the desk itself does appear to be for sale, but he reaches down to one of its metal hooks and pulls out the drawer, and rolling around out to the front, he pulls out this really exquisite looking quill. So it is a quill to write with, but after a moment, you realize that it is not a real feather. Um, the base is a very thin metal tip, and it looks like a silver tip that sort of has like a spherical base, and then it comes to its pointed, like sort of fountain tip end almost, and then above it, it instead of having a stalk of a feather, there is a long glass tube that gently recurves, and there are like every single individual like prawn is not the right word. The ornithologist in me is rolling over, but like someone has shaved the sides of a real feather off and placed it into the glass on
Hmm.
either side. It's very elegant, and the feather itself is very much like the colors of a blue jay feather almost.
Mm.
Um, the quill is hollow, but you can see like a sort of scrawling design. I'm talking at the height of like millimeters all over it
Mm.
of text that must enchant it. Haj goes on to describe that when you put ink of any variety into the top of the quill, it funnels down through the head of it. If you write after you are done writing what you have written, if you utter a command, the ink will turn invisible, and utter another, then it will once again become visible.
Ooh.
I call it the quill of discombobulation.
That's really fascinating.
Yeah,
I quite like it.
absolutely. I mean, you can also just be there physically.
I'm I'm gonna scurry over there and I'm gonna like kind of poke up and be like, that's really cool. Where did this do you remember where you got this?
I don't know. Another individual brought it from a far place.
Hmm.
My shop is a way station. Magical items, if you
Hmm,
items are delivered, brought to future homes, donors from this location. I
Hmm.
also buy if you are looking to sell it.
Oh.
okay.
How much are you selling the quill for?
The quill I would sell for 115.
Gold, right?
Yes, it would be a ridiculous discount. Anything less.
Of course. Can I do an insight check to see if he means that? Well, I'm sure he
Sure,
means
make an
that.
insight check.
Yeah. Ooh, that was a nat 20.
Ooh, that's the first roll of the session.
Yeah.
Total.
So that's a
Wow. This
23.
is good.
Dang. Um, you get the feeling that it's not an unfair price. He's making a
Okay.
profit, but
Yeah.
he's not
Okay.
taking you for a ride.
Yeah, yeah. You said something about a ring
I
as
did.
well?
Yeah, I was interested in the ring.
Yeah. I love jewelry, and she lifts up all of her necklaces.
He like smiles knowingly, and then when you show him all the necklaces, he goes, "Oh, you really do love jewelry."
And then she, like,
Um,
tucks it back in.
ching, 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 under the cloak.
Yeah.
He leads you over
Mhm.
to just sort of like a tall rack of jewelry. There are long metal stands from which hang a number of pendants and brooches. There is a sort of rod of wood that has a series of bracelets, and there is a small padded cushion upon which are laid a number of rings. And he holds you up one that has it has it's like a very thin silver band, and at the top is a broad, shallow, circular head, and set into it is like a sort of long, wise blue agate. and carved into it are sort of like abstract set of lips that are closed.
Hmm.
And
Ooh.
he says, "This is a ring of silence.
Ooh.
Permits an attuned wearer to cast silence spell. I'm sure you're familiar with it.
Yes.
Permits one to cast the silence spell 3 times in a day."
Ooh. Greta, you
Wow.
hear that? That might be nice around Craig sometimes.
I was just thinking, I was like, that'd
Right?
be good for time. Yeah.
Hmm. And how much
Mm.
are you selling that for?
Ah, this is a more powerful item. I could sell it for 575.
Hmm.
Sorry, I'm writing these down.
Yeah, no problem.
Ah, interesting. Okay. Greta, was
I
there any or go ahead.
I take it that you all would like me to show you any of the other magical items.
Yeah, I'm interested in seeing them.
All right.
Yeah, definitely.
Also, Abby, it's not a big deal, but it's kind of throwing me when you're not. I don't know. I can't. It's weirding me out. You're
Huh?
wigging me, bro. So,
Sorry, man.
Wait,
like, I'm
what?
talking to you, and then you're
Sorry.
looking at the screen. And I'm like, should I be looking at the screen? And I'm like, oh, you're looking at Jackie. Um, but he leads you over to sort of like clothing section, and there's this long belt. It's like a thin black leather, and there's a metal clasp, and the belt buckle is like sort of a shallow flower, um, carved out of the metal and inlaid into the belt buckle. And it's a little cracked. It looks pretty well used. It looks like an old belt, but he says this is a bit more of an accent piece, but this is a belt of fragrance. Um, a
Mm.
magical
That
user
would also be good for Craig.
focus on a given scent and produce it in a small area around themselves
Oh,
for a moment.
very nice.
And
Is it
Ro, I'll tell you what, anyone else would need to make an Arcana check, but you just get
I
this is
was
a
gonna
very
say.
specific isolation of prestidigitation.
That's what I was
That's
wondering,
the
yeah.
red
I
spell.
was about to ask.
Huh.
Very cool.
I would be willing to part with this for 15 gold.
Oh, wow. What
I
color's the
also
f what color's the flower, Zach, on
it's
this thing?
like a dull iron.
Gotcha.
It's not a very
Good looking.
flashy piece, but it's like a
Gotcha.
it's kind of in the vague sculpture of like a daisy.
Oh,
Mhm,
so cute.
mhm.
There is also a pyromancer's cloak, and he gestures up to this like sort of long, tall. It's this broad-shouldered cloak that sort of has these long shoulders that come over about halfway down an arm, and then there's no real sleeves to the cloak. It's just sort of like the um the thin leather mantle and then the long cape behind with a very heavy hood that could get far over the face and trimmed all along it's just like a very dull um sort of lacquer brown, but then all along the edge is like a really simple uniform red tracing of like sort of like a
Mm,
wave design. And you get from the name, it probably means it's probably for fire. And he
Yeah,
says,
yeah.
this cloak is uh, dressed in an illusion. And he takes the cloak off of the rack, puts it over his shoulders, and is he ties. There's like a little. The only really valuable material is there's a little gold cord on the front, which he loops through a clasp on the other side.
Mm.
And he, while he wears it, he says, "Kafas," and fire spreads up the back of the cloak, up around the shoulders and over the helm, and he is just set ablaze with the cloak. Um, and as you all stand there, you like kind of jump back instinctually and you feel heat. You see flame and he's on fire. But he reaches up a hand and passes it through the flame and he says, "It is only illusory. Both its
Wow.
tactical, audible, visual, everything. It affects the senses, but does not actually burn.
oh, that's incredible.
Creates a bit of light too.
Yeah.
Fast." And then it takes it off and puts it back on the rung, and then he says, "And finally," he walks over to sort of where the walking sticks are, and he pulls out, there's like sort of like an almost out of place cabinet, half cabinet, and he pulls out one of the drawers. And he pulls out this long wand, um, and it's like a it's like a very thick, hardy, pale white oak, and it's sort of the wand is not straight. It sort of like bends back and forth, and like it very much looks like a shaved branch that doesn't quite fit straight. And you can see a couple glyphs in its base, and it otherwise looks very unrefined. And the tip of the end is kind of blunted and like a little broken, spreading out in different directions. But there is like a fine, like gold thread weaved ribbon of silk wrapping around the crooked handle that would give you something to hold on to. And it just sort of ties off in it and hanging loosely. And inscribed in the end of that ribbon is a little glyph that either of you recognizes at this point in your magical experience to belong to um, the school of conjuration.
Ooh.
And he says, "This is my wand of instability. It is bequeathed the ability to cast a series of spells. Um, it can cast. This is a rather specific one. I don't know if you're familiar, but it can cast the grease spell
Ah,
Mm.
twice before needing to recuperate its abilities, as well as the sleet storm spell. Another spell making it harder to remain upright in place. It is a more powerful item.
definitely.
Um,
Ha-
so it lets you cast Grease and Sleep Storm twice. Um,
Grease you could cast twice. Sleet storm
um,
once. A larger, more
uh,
powerful evocation of magic.
okay. And what does it take to recharge it?
Time. It
Okay.
regains. Um, it regains more of its potency to summon amounts of grease after a day. Each day,
Okay.
each day's passage, it regains one of these charges. And for the sleet storm, is 3 days.
oh wow.
Okay. Okay.
And I could let this go for 650 gold.
Okay.
And for the reference of the players, Sleet Storm, if you haven't looked it up yet, I imagine both of you are, but it's a
Yeah,
third level spell, and it's basically like a 60-foot grease kind of,
Okay.
but
very
with
cool.
ice.
Mm.
Mm.
If you all need time to peruse or even look at other items, I can leave you to your business.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah,
It's a very impressive selection you have.
yeah.
Thank you. If you need help with any non-magical items, just let me know.
Thank you so
And he
much,
nods and walks back to his kiosk, is what I am calling it. And he pulls out some inventory lists and starts perusing them.
Greta. It,
Yeah.
w- were you interested? I'm kind of interested in one of the items, but like, if you're interested in it, I don't want to like step on toes. I was kind of the Ring of Silence. I don't know.
Okay. I
What?
was
what
the one that I would be interested would probably be the quill. But
yeah,
I
that's
was
pretty
thinking,
nifty. Pun intended.
um, and Greta kind of lowers her voice. She was thinking, or I was thinking, what? So that cloak, it looks like fire, right?
Yeah.
And I know it's just an illusion. Do you think that Bazz's fire walking spell would work with that? And if so, do you think that like if one of us was wearing, I'm just thinking that would be
Oh.
helpful
Like
to
if one
have
of us
someone wearing
you mean like if one of us was wearing it and we were like
across the
500
battle
feet
floor.
down the road, if he could
Right.
zap to us?
That could be useful, but I don't know if because it's not real fire, it's just an illusion.
DM, could I do like an
Make an
arcana check?
Arcana check.
Is that arcana? Is that
Roll
what you
Arcana.
okay.
Kappa.
Goodness.
Roll
Okay.
Arcana.
Okay, okay.
Roll dice at Arcana.
Okay. That is a hold on, give me
Arca.
a second, gotta do
I
maths.
guess guidance.
You do no, you
You
can't
don't,
ah!
because you can't.
I almost rolled it too. I was like, okay, got it. To say she's inspiring me right
So
now.
what'd you get from that
I
roll?
got a 22.
Um, you imagine likely would not work
Ah,
for that
Okay.
purpose.
dang.
Might
Gotcha.
still be a useful item, but
Yeah,
probably not
but
for that
not for
specific
that
purpose.
purpose. Yeah. So I,
Also, this is a
yeah,
small thing, but what I'm gonna say with your 23 insight on price earlier,
yeah,
you imagine he's open to some
yeah.
light haggling,
Okay. Cool, cool,
just for
cool,
whatever
cool,
that's
cool.
worth. But it
Yeah,
doesn't seem like he was trying to rip you off, but you
yeah,
also get the feeling that these prices were probably a little independently determined.
yeah, yeah. I don't know if it'd work or not, but I mean, it's cool. It's definitely
Yeah,
spooky. We have a
it would
we kind of
definitely.
have a we kind of have a theme going of spooky cloaks within our party. I mean,
Oh, true, you guys
we could
you
add
guys have 2
we
Yeah,
could
spooky
add another one and just
and it would
really
definitely fit.
lean into that.
Yeah, it would for sure fit Boss's vibe.
Tello,
Yeah,
who
but
has definitely always been there, says,
yeah,
Yeah,
"And it would be good for a distraction. I mean, if
that's
one of us
true.
is
no,
riding the
it's
cloak,
true.
we could suddenly act like we were on fire and run around
Wait,
screaming."
how much did he say
Or
that
just
cloak was? Did he say?
I think he said 75 gold.
75.
Tello, do you need a fiery cloak? I
I
mean,
would
you're already
say
hot
gold.
enough, but
And ain't like
he
finger
says it in a
crossbows.
joking way, not a creepy way.
I mean, I didn't take it that way. He didn't.
Well, Abby made a face.
Yeah, but that's her name's literally Grabby. That's what you're gonna get. That's her legal name.
Bully me. They bully me.
Her
What?
legal name is Grabuelita, and that's what you're gonna get.
How did he
So
know?
I like it
Who
when you
told
call me
him
okay.
that?
I mean, 75 gold isn't too bad for that cloak, but I mean, we might could do a slight bit of haggle. Where did our DM go? I really
He's
want that.
like the ring?
I really want that ring. I feel like it would be like, first of all, I have two things that really popped into my head when he said it, right? Because
Right.
I don't know the spell of silence. I mean, I've heard it and I've seen people use it and all. Um, but one fun thing about it is if I'm playing a show and there's people in the
Ooh.
audience that are really messing up my set, I could silence them, right?
And zoink him, yeah.
But the other and more important thing probably is that
Uh,
if we were like fighting anyone, I could cast that, and if they require like if they have to like speak their spells, I
is
could
that a thing?
cast silence on them and they wouldn't be able to cast, which I feel like
Wow.
is quite useful.
And that's a lot of spells. Like a lot of spells are
Yeah.
casting
I
spells.
mean, I have to
Um,
produce sound with this, to make a spell, so
That's true. Yeah, you could silence bards and anybody who has to,
I
yeah,
could
do an
silence another bard if I don't like what they're playing.
That's true. They're singing nasty songs.
Yeah, if
Just
their
silence
song
'em.
sucks, I could just silence them.
Yeah. The
Smash
one
cut
thing
to
that
some bard playing somewhere in the city, and then everything's quiet, they're confused, and then Ro just goes, "You suck!"
But I mean, I feel like it would be, I don't know, it could be useful. He said 575. That's what is
that's a
that?
lot.
But that's only like
That's like
what?
5 platinum.
No,
No,
it's
it's not.
50
50
platinum.
platinum.
It's over 50 platinum. Uh,
Yeah.
I wonder if he would take 50 platinum for it and like a couple pieces of cake, you know?
I I think that's a fair offer. I mean, you might as well, and y'all are old buddies.
I don't know
What
if we're old
did you say
buddies,
for
but
that pen?
he
For
said
that
he
spell?
said 115 gold. Wait, what'd you say, Greta?
No, yeah, I was asking about the quill.
Yeah, I think it was 115 is what he said.
Okay.
But I don't know. Do you have any money on you? I know
I
Balls
do,
like we kind of split up some things. I don't
yeah.
know. He
So
might take a little less. Maybe tell
okay,
him you're I don't know.
so
You're really good at
500,
drawing maps. You could be drawing invisible maps that only us to see.
that would be
Like,
cool.
remember when
I
we drew that map out of the castle and they were like, "Don't draw the map"? Well, if that ever happens again, we could just draw it in the invisible ink. And then
That's
it wouldn't matter. We'd be like, "You can't tell us not to draw it because we can get rid of it. No one will see it except us."
yes. Yes. Damn, is there anyone else in this shop?
Yeah, are we just talking?
Nar.
There's
Okay,
some
let's
person
just
just, like, wide-eyed, like, "Uh."
yeah. Uh, um, that's a
And
good point.
maybe if we bought 2 items, he might give us a better deal too.
Oh yeah, because with the if we got the Ring of Silence and the Coil of Discombobulation, let me see.
Are you doing maths in your
And
head?
Greta's yeah, Greta's doing maths in her head.
Quick muffs.
Uh, quick maths.
Is
So I asked him for if we gave him like we could give him 665 gold because
Oh,
total
you mean wait,
cost
what?
65 platinum.
Okay, so that would
You have
be
no idea. I've had trouble with money today. I think Bazz is getting to my head.
yeah, that would
Um,
be 650 gold. So,
so it would be 690. It
yeah,
would be 690 gold. But I wonder if we offered to give him 650 gold if he would take it for some cake.
I think so. DM, before we
Before
do or go ahead, Greta, Abby.
I, this is to row.
Okay.
Before I want to ask him what the activation words are, just because I'm kind of curious.
Mm. What?
What?
Actually, then I went poop. The word is poop.
You
It's
mean the
loud.
activation words on the quill?
Yes.
Are
Yeah.
you worried that it could be from someone seedier than like not at us above board?
No, I'm Greta like lowers her voice. I'm 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 on the lookout for one of Nifty's items. It doesn't seem quite funky
Eh,
enough, but you never know.
yeah, I don't know. I feel like he would have called it Nifty's. Like I don't know, most of Nifty's items, Nifty has been
Yeah, but
very I don't know.
discombobulation.
That's true. I
You
don't know.
never know.
Yeah, check out the words.
Yeah.
DM.
Hmm.
Is there can I do like an investigation check to see if there's anything in the clothing or bag section that just really catches Ro's eye, that really screams like Ro? Like, I don't know what that even means. I don't think the audience know it. Make an investigation check. Oh my goodness.
Click, 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 click,
What
click,
happened to him?
click, click.
Okay.
What
That's a
happened to him?
10. It's not great.
Yes.
You don't because
What?
you can't. Um,
What?
He's
What
making
did
me
Abby
sad.
say?
you find a series of fine dresses, an interesting overcloak, and I can describe them if you like, but you don't find anything
Yeah.
that looks more like you than the cloak that can turn into anything. And I don't mean
Yeah.
that to tell you not to look for it. I just mean if you want
Yeah.
me to describe some marginally interesting things, I can.
Yeah. Was there like any bags that are like
Are you just looking for like sort of like an additional pack, a side
yeah.
satchel, a little
Yeah.
clutch? Uh,
I don't know what I'm looking for. I'm
let's
shopping.
say let's say that there's a pretty large satchel, like well, it's normal, but you're tiny, so it looks really
Mm,
big to you. And also for the record, your adventurer's pack is just a bit big on you. It's
yeah.
not quite rose size because it wouldn't fit all the things you need. But
Yeah.
there's like a foot and a half by 1 foot satchel.
Okay.
And it's woven. It's not contiguous leather. So it's like a very
Mm.
thickly woven, very coarse material, but very tightly and well done. So no real fibers stick out. And the fibers are all like a very light white.
Mm,
Um, and then embroidered along the trim of it is just sort of like blue loops.
mm.
Um, and there's a metal buckle that closes it over. And it's just rather nondescript.
Aw. Aw. I ask him, does it have a price tag on
He says,
it?
"Oh, this is a unique item. It is worth 5 silver.
Why do you say it's unique? What like, I mean, I can see with my
It
eyes
was
that it's unique, but what's the
it was an
history on it?
individual work of someone's family member.
No
I had
way.
a traveler bring it in who said that one of their compatriots passed and that this belonged to their family and that it
Oh.
was no longer of particular use to them. It is someone's homemade satchel.
If you don't mind me asking, do you know who?
No,
Hmm, interesting.
the plot
Interesting.
thickens.
I know.
Shista,
But you
Phineas,
said it's,
and
like, bigger than
Ferb?
mine, like, but not like
Then your
but
travel sack? No, no, no. No, your travel sack is pretty big. It's
oh, okay.
just bigger to you because you're small. Like, it's a normal size satchel, but to you, like, wow, that thing's big.
No, but I mean, is this one bigger than mine?
You have, your, like, travel bag is
Yeah.
big. I mean, it's not quite like military pack size, but it's
Yeah.
bigger than a school backpack,
Yeah.
and this
But
isn't.
this isn't. So I probably wouldn't be able to carry it, like, both.
So it would be like an extra thing.
You would be getting a second bag,
Um, I understand.
and then you could also put items in it if you so desired.
I understand. Okay, cool. I go back to Greta. I'm holding on to it, but I go back to
Okay.
Greta.
I'm gonna go over to the guy.
Okay, I go with Greta to the guy.
You walk away and Greta's walking back, so you're just like, "Ah, you idiot."
Um, so I was curious, what are the activation words for the discombobulation or activation and deactivation?
Quillets, Ephtheros.
Okay, and that both makes the ink visible and
Yes,
invisible?
must
Okay.
be muttered twice.
Ah, okay. Thank you.
Does it make it invisible to it makes it invisible to everyone, correct?
Entirely invisible.
Very cool. What if you mutter it? Will it make the like if you mutter it and you're far away, will it like reappear to the person?
I have never tested that. I wouldn't be able to say.
That's true. That makes sense.
Okay, thank you. I'm still gonna think about it, but I appreciate the insight.
Absolutely. And Ro, it looks like your webcam is on low battery.
I'm working on it. I wasn't gonna say anything. I was trying to do it before anything was said.
Yeah, I would like to go over and look at the scrolls. What? Give me a scroll check.
He
What?
said, I would like to, and I
Roll
just
check.
autofilled to, I would like to buy an Annenberger from Pink Panther. Okay, moving on. Um, so what are you looking for with scroll?
So, DM,
So player.
Scroll, scroll,
is
scroll.
it is it like
What was that? Abby was asking me a question. She held up her hand, she moved her thumb, then her pinky went. "Merp, merp, merp, merp." It isn't like merp, merp.
is it like a blank scroll situation, like parchment, like
You
material
pull out
situation?
one of the see, you take your meaty little grubbers, right, and you
Me?
reach up to a skull and you go and you pull it out of the shelf. Then you open it, and then you look over it. Oh no, it's got text on it. In fact,
What?
all of them do.
What does
Okay,
Um,
that
wait.
particular
DM,
one
DM,
say,
DM, DM.
bro?
I would like to look for history texts, and I would like to look for what kind of texts are there?
you spend some time on it, and you're killing me, dude. Um, so you start realizing that they're color coordinated, and the clasps on some of the the clasps
We love
on some of the
color
scrolls
coordination.
are maps. There are some with like sort of like copper clasps that are for maps. There are others with bronze clasps that are for They are what else would be scrolled? I really didn't how did I not know you were gonna look here? Think, Zach, think! Brain
Oh,
blast!
you see there's text?
Yeah, I don't know how I
Oh,
possibly got that
text
wrong.
you say? Parchment you say?
Parchment, you say?
Um, you know what? We'll say that the coppers are just, like, informational, and there's quite an array of topics. Then there's some bronze class ones, unless I already said that. I don't know, we're moving on. And those are, sort of historical texts, but not history accounts. They are texts from different cultures, and they're quite desultory from across history. They're much older, very cracked old parchment. And then there are some gold clasped texts, and you realize that these are spell scrolls.
Hmm. Okay.
Can I can you refresh my memory? Can you use a spell scroll? Like,
These are
can
single use spell scrolls.
can anyone use them?
I believe so. I
Okay.
suddenly do not remember, but
I
if
know, I
I
had
believe
a
so.
brain fart. I
No,
couldn't
no,
remember, like,
I
if you
think
had to be a
so. I think
caster.
that's correct. No, no, no. You definitely have to be a caster, but I don't think it needs to come from your school of magic.
Oh.
So, like, a level 9 Greta couldn't do it because she's not a
Yeah, that's
caster.
what I was
Uh,
asking without
because
like, I
yeah,
was just
so
curious.
because you have no magic, no features, and are completely cut off from the magical source and
You
power of
are
your
mean.
character, you can't do it at all. Among all the other magical things, you can't. Look at this detail real quick. You can't see it, listener, but I'm twisting my mustache. I have a mustache and I can twist it. All right, so what are you doing?
Um, I'm gonna use what kind of maps are there?
Most of them, like
Most of
most of the maps from the world. You could make it a specific check for when you're trying to look. Oh, you could just know I've got most of
Then
Is
them.
there
what
a
kind of map
map of the city?
No,
Okay, I was just curious.
and it's because Zach has not made one.
Yeah, I was just wondering. I was just wondering.
I was just fun.
I was just wondering. Ro knows where everything
Fun.
is. She got that keen mind. She know where things are.
Oh,
She know where the bathroom is.
all right.
DM? That's actually kind of a DM. Yeah. Can I check for a Sandor map? A
Yes, you
Sandoria
can.
map?
I'm absolutely. Also, I just looked it up. It does need to come from your spell list. So
Oh,
a clerk cannot cast wizard spell apparently.
interesting.
So I'm gonna be more specific about that.
Investigation?
Yeah. What'd you get there? Nim num num nums.
I
No, don't work too hard there. Bingo bango.
got a nat 1.
Oh, buddy.
So that's a 6.
No. Nah, you know good and well that's not how that works. You know good and well that's not how that works. You go find a scroll and you're like, huh, and you blow on it, and some of like receptacle that the scroll is in, the little like tube shelf, is shorter than you think it is, and you blow the dust right back in your eyes, and you ow, and you like sneeze, and you get some dust in your eyes, and you don't find it, and you're kind of bleary eyed for a second, and
Bleary
you're
eyed?
silly.
So he's bullying me. Do I what kind of mm,
Yeah.
what's in the general information section?
Um, are you just sort of perusing? Because I can make stuff up. You find two recipe scrolls from different cultures that just have a
Recipes?
series of recipes on them. Um,
Recipes!
you find um, you find one scroll that describes nothing but making different saddles from leather. You find one scroll that is all about one individual's observations of owl bears. You find another scroll all about knot tying and general nautical skills.
I
You
love
find another that is about how one should properly stock a farm for max yield. You find one about dressmaking. You find another all about like sort of the basics of painting. You find one about wrestling, and like sort of hand to hand moves. Um,
Is there a price tag on these?
uh, if you ask, Haj provides simply that each of the general informational scrolls is a 5 silver.
Okay.
Okay.
Um, I turn to Ro and I say, "Hey, Ro, do you think Craig would like this?" And I hold up the one about wrestling.
Hmm. Maybe. Well, I mean, I know he knows a lot about stuff, but he could
That's
always
true.
learn something new. It's not
I
that
Yeah,
mean,
like,
expensive.
you're working out with the Akals now. Well, maybe you need it so that you can hop into the wrestling matches sometime.
That
yeah.
is true. Although I
Honestly,
think
it's a wonder you haven't done it yet.
any of them could pummel me. I mean, they're all
Oh,
like,
come on, bro. You have to have self confidence, you know? You've
oh,
got to.
I have confidence in a lot of abilities of mine,
No,
but
no, bro.
strength is not
You can't
one.
let them discourage you like that. You can't.
If
You have to go out there and
if
you
I
have to
had
own up
if
to it and challenge them when I'm watching.
if I had to put my strength on like a numeric scale from 1 to 20, it would be like a 6, okay?
Well, that's probably
See?
accurate, but I still think you should give it a go. Probably while I'm on upper deck.
Uh-huh. Only if you promise to jump in before they save me, before
Oh, that
they,
would be wild.
pummel
I would
me.
never do that. That's a terrible idea.
Yes, of course, of course. Um, yeah, I guess we could get it, Greta, if you I don't know. Yeah,
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't
I
know.
feel like Bill and Cloth know a lot about it already. It's
Yeah, I
okay.
can just learn from them.
Yeah. Okay.
So
Okay.
are you getting the quill? I think I'm gonna try to get the ring.
I don't think I'm going to, but
Okay.
you should
Are you
definitely get
sure?
the ring. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
It's not like calling to me. It
Okay.
is cool though. I
I
don't know.
understand that.
Um, on a completely different note, just so I'm aware for my own information, did Boz give any amount of gold to or platinum to Tilo?
I think he did.
Could I see
Yeah, I think
Tilo's
so.
sheet for my own
Tilo
edification?
and Tila.
Uh, does that mean that there's a Tela out there? Because there's a Tello.
Oh.
Oh, I hope so.
Joke's on you. It's not a person, it's a cow.
What?
Didn't say it had to be a person.
Are you saying Tello's soulmate is a
No, I'm just
cow?
saying that there's a cow in the world named Tella.
Tella?
I don't know why you guys are making it weird.
Listener, I'm upset about that.
Deal with it. All right, what you guys doing? Also,
Oh, I
this is a level
Deal with
8 sheet, by the way. This should really be leveled up, but no biggie. So anyway, what are you
Tello
guys doing?
Tello, are you getting anything? I'm just curious because if we're gonna like bundle or try to, do a little bit of haggling there.
I'm a little interested in this cloak.
Really?
Yeah.
Totally get it.
Oh,
You should
heck yeah,
absolutely.
Tello. Okay, so the cloak is 75 gold, and okay, the ring is 575. I wonder if he'd. Mm, what do you think? Should we
Also, what
ask?
happened? There's something on his sheet that just says silver sliviv, and I don't know what that means. But gotcha. Or silver sliver? I don't know what that is. But as long as you know. Sorry,
do
what were you
you
saying, Mo?
do you think he would go for like for all of it? Do you think he would go for like? I wonder if he would go for 575 for both. Probably not, right?
You're pretty charming, Ro. You should
I am
start
I am
leveling
pretty charming, and so is Tello. So I mean, if both of us
this
together.
is true. I'll stay in
Tello,
the
you
corner.
Tello, would you like to
We'll
assist
find the
me?
corner of the
Tello,
yellow
would you
room
like
and
to
have a
assist me
conversation.
in
Fellas,
charming?
I would love to. Also, I think I'm realizing that I can cast invisibility. Wild that I've never done that. I just realized that would be incredibly powerful
How
for
are
a
you
rogue in
just how
combat.
are you just now
I don't
discovering
know.
this,
I'm just sitting
Tello?
here taking mental inventory. You know,
Tello, out of
wild
all Tello,
Zach,
all the times that I've had
truth.
you're
I
still
can do
angry
Tasha's
on
mind
me.
whip. Imagine
all
how useful that would be.
all the
You're
times I've had to
still
disguise
targeting
us.
me, and I feel very angry
All the
about it.
times.
It's
All the
hurting my
times I've
You know
had
how
to
feelings.
powerful it would
disguise
be if I
us.
was turning myself invisible.
All the
Do you
times I've
understand that
all the times
I'm being
I've
very
had to
stupid right now?
all the times I've had to disguise us and
It's
run from the caves, and you haven't turned yourself invisible once.
I mean, really, it's yeah,
happening.
it's outright irresponsible of me. I promise it won't happen again. Yeah, I would love to be useful in negotiations. I love being in the
Yeah, yeah.
You're not even making the
Okay.
faces at me, you're making them at
It's
screen me.
50-50. What?
You're not even making the faces at me, you're making them at screen me.
It's 50-50 though. I don't role play Tello.
That's true.
Anyway, yeah, Tello accompanies you to Hall.
Okay. So yeah,
And I trust it.
I go up
You
to
don't trust your
Haj.
kid.
What?
So you go
What?
I'm sorry, Abby. You
I
go walk
go
up
up
to
to
Haj,
Haj
who's
and
sitting
I'm
at his
like,
kiosk.
so we're definitely interested in the cloak and the ring of silence. And I
That's
was
wonderful to hear. I'm glad.
and I was just wondering if since we're buying two items, if you might cut us a deal like for both items 575 or
Mm.
what were you thinking?
You said you were interested in the ring and the cloak.
Yes, that's correct.
So you would like me to give you the price of the cloak completely free for getting both items. And there's like a pause there as you're speaking, and Tello reaches behind his back, and there's like a and he pulls out one of the daggers that he got from the Kuatoa, and he is it out on the desk, and he says,
Oh.
"These came from a group of Kuatoa who attacked us on the ocean. They did not fare as well with it, but in skilled hands, it bore the ability to conduct poisonous armament upon it. I was wondering if this might work to deal in trade. I notice you do not have any weapons in your shop right now." And Haj sort of like rubs a pale white goatee as he thinks. Bro, why don't you give me a persuasion
Yeah.
check? I almost want to call it neutral because you asked for a whole item free, but I guess we can call it advantage because he tells you to help action. I guess.
Hey, a bard
Both
and a
Tello so
rogue
slow.
walk into a magic shop to make negotiations. Okay, so I rolled an 18 and a 19. So, so wait, what am I doing? Persuasion?
Uh-huh.
So 25.
Ding. This is a good session for Rob. What'd you say? Oh, you're knitting.
A pot holder.
It's not knitting.
Is it stitching?
Crochet.
Crocheting?
You're doing good.
Well, you could crochet yourself.
You're doing good.
Um,
You're
you work enough. If only we could crochet classes. So you
What? Dang.
Abby, come back. You can play me.
Abby, come
Oh,
back.
me. Uh, with a 25, he sits there and rubs his goatee and he says, I deal rather regularly in weaponry. And as an artifact, it has additional worth. I could lower the price of both items to 625. Which for some quick math in your head, you realize
Yeah.
is like a little bit more than half off for the cloak.
Yeah. Ro looks at Tello
Tello looks to Ro.
and he looks at me.
And I look at him.
Ro does
Tello nods. Yeah,
like
Tello
a
also nods awkwardly. And then he looks at Haj and nods, and Haj looks confused, but he also nods. And he takes the cloak off of the rung and hands it to Tello. And he pulls the ring off of the rod and hands it to you. Off of the pillow and hands it to you. And do you
Yeah.
hand him
Yeah.
62 platinum as well as 5 gold?
Yes, I do.
And actually, I'll tell you what, you can just Tello like offers, and he says, "I can
Okay.
pay for my portion."
Okay. I mean, it's, sure.
That's and he
So,
hands over 5 platinum,
okay.
which
So
I'll
that,
keep track of the total for you, Greba,
okay. So
or
if
Abby,
he
whatever your
does,
real world name is.
so what is that left for me?
Uh,
50.
57 platinum and 5 gold.
Yeah.
So after the deductions, you guys are handed your items, and
Yeah.
Haj says, "It was wonderful to do business with you all."
Thank you. You too, Holsh. eh, DM, can I do
A backflip? Yeah, it's a high DC.
No. Can I do like I don't know. This is probably just a player's choice. Like I probably shouldn't have to roll. Like you probably will tell me that there's no need to roll for this. This is just like my choice. But like, can I do like an insight or something to see if it would be appropriate to ask about his voice and all?
That's
And
probably just a player's choice.
yeah, that's what I figured.
Yeah, yeah.
Can I
Yeah,
do
it's
an
a little better.
insight to see like
Yeah, so anyway, I wanna make the check.
No, can I do an insight? Can I do an insight
That's so
about, like,
funny.
where his scar came like, can I piece
Yeah,
together, like,
make a
maybe
medicine
he
check for me.
fought in
Make
the
a
yeah.
medicine check. Give me the medicine. Listener, I don't know why I'm so weird today. I'm
Yeah,
so
people are
sorry.
confused, and
What
those
did y'all
people are
say? What did
me.
you say to him?
I got DM beans.
Okay, so that's a 15.
Uh, it looks like it came from a weapon.
Can
It's
I
like a
tell, like,
blade
how
carved
old it
from his
is
face.
with that 15 or no?
Yeah, that's not too old.
Hmm,
That's like last couple years because the tissue has not sort of like dulled around it. It's very fresh. You can see that like there's like well, you can't really tell that it's lighter because his skin is so pale. But like
yeah.
the very center of the cut is still a slightly different shade than everything else around it. It hasn't sort of like dulled together.
Hmm,
And as you sort of peer there with
interesting.
a 15, you notice that there's some indentations along his throat too. You get the feeling that his throat was damaged as well.
Which would make sense why his voice sounds the way it does.
That or he's gone through puberty really late. So sorry. I
How
have the
old is he?
DM
He's
beans. You
pretty
must
old,
understand.
right? Like,
He's not young. He's not young.
okay, okay. I don't
I'm
think
very
I'll
proud of your squares there, Abby. You did a really good job.
I
Some
don't
of them are squares.
Your
oh,
rectangles.
cute. I don't think I would ask because if it was like, I don't feel like I know him well enough. Like, if it was like Conajay, I would, but him, I'm not. It's not like we were besties or anything like that. So I take it in and I say, "Oh, thank you again. It was lovely to see you again. Truly."
Absolutely. It was great to see you. And
And
then
then yeah.
he he sort of like pauses for a moment, and as you guys sort of start to walk out of the shock, he goes, "Wait,
Oh,
Ro
yes.
and fun guys." And he looks to each of you and he says, I will offer you the wand if you so desire for
Mm,
325 if it is useful to you. If it is not, that is all right.
I
Bro looks
mean,
like Greta.
If
Greta,
it
I
is not
mean,
useful, that is all right.
um,
I
Greta,
mean, it would be useful.
yeah.
I was thinking that it would be nice to have something.
I understand that is sudden and what a reduction in price that is, but
Yeah.
you all have fought bravely
Hmm.
for all of us. I think it's the least I could do.
Um,
What do you
why?
think, Ro?
I, I
Not
mean,
not to pressure you.
No, Greta, it might be nice. I mean, would
I can
you?
let you consult.
Okay,
He
thank you.
steps away for a moment.
Okay. Okay.
Uh, Greta, would you? I mean,
As you guys huddle up, Tella walks over and he goes, "We should kill more generals."
yeah, we get
We're
really good
working on it.
discounts.
Now that's a different. That was a joke. I can't believe we made the second deal. But what do we think about the wand?
DM,
Player.
since
Ro,
I'm not magical, could I even use a wand?
Yes.
Okay. What do you think, Ro?
I mean, it's a pretty hefty spell if we
I think so too.
needed to get out of a situation or even. I mean, it's definitely a
Slow people
good.
down.
Yeah, it's a good save, especially for
Also, I haven't
the
cast grease in a
circumstances
long
right now.
time, so it could be useful for some of them.
What if both of you could cast grease, Tello? in different areas. I'm poor Abby.
Just imagine if two of us were guessing Christmas, we could accomplish. You're
But I
doing
mean,
such
Okay.
a good job going up with these
sleet
facts.
Okay.
Sorry.
storm. Sleet storm's pretty. It's pretty
Yeah.
intense.
And you greased twice. That's good.
Yeah. It would be good for you to have as like another defense right now.
That's what I was thinking. Yeah. And 325 is pretty.
That's
I
a
mean,
pretty.
he's offering half price,
Yeah,
which
that's
I'm not
an.
as the DM trying to influence you just for the sake of maths.
Yeah.
Okay. So 325. Blah, 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 blah.
That would be
So that
32
would be.
platinum and 5 gold.
Okay. Yeah.
I think.
I'm
I think it's a pretty good
40.
deal.
Okay. Yeah.
And you look
Yeah.
really cool with a wand. I feel like Greta.
I like it. Looks cool. I like the look
It
of it.
does.
Yeah. Okay.
You know,
So
I could even possibly like do a little bit of like druid craft on it and give it some like moss to really
Ooh,
like
that would be
capture
cool.
your vibe. I
That
don't
would
know.
be
It's up to
awesome.
you.
Yeah. No, I love that. Yeah. Well, okay. So I walk over, um, and I'm taking out some gold and some platinum.
And okay, so you can take you can take 32 platinum off of your sheet and 5 gold. So the exchange is made, and he says, "I'm glad to help anyone who's making life harder for the Empire." And he hands you over the wand,
I
Greta.
I appreciate it. Thank you so
Absolutely.
much, sir.
Also, quick check-in. How many items are you attuned to,
Me?
Grow and Greebgall?
I am only attuned to 3. So this is going to be my 4th.
Okay, I like that. That should really be a character's voice. It's kind of
And
a shame it hasn't happened yet. That was
this
really
is
great.
their laugh.
That reminds me of a character from Hollow Knight. Let's go.
How many are you attuned to, Greebgall?
That should be a character's
Cool.
voice too.
Cool. Yeah, that should really be a character's voice. Um, uh,
We need to do an adventures of Abby and Jackie. That's those two voices, and they're like like two best friends, and they're just conquering the world together.
and I feel like their names are Fief and Far, but I don't know why. Adventures of Fief and Farb. Anyway,
I'm writing that down.
it's the great value Phineas and Ferb. But no slander to great value. I love them. Okay, so while Abby has a brief conniption, you guys buy your items and you are seen out of the shop. So you walk back up the stairs through the beads into the bazaar, and you can see, the light has changed a little bit. It looks like a little bit more late into early afternoon now.
DM, I have a
um,
question.
I have some questions, Abby, but what's up? We a bit tired, bud?
no.
Okay. What's up, dude?
Oh,
Listen, what you can't see is that Abby rubbed her eyes for a second, pulled her hand away, gave me crazy eyes, and she looked up and then cackled. What's up, Abby? How can I be helpful?
okay.
What's up, buddy?
Look at the computer. DM,
Yeah.
when we walk out of the beaded curtain, we're still underground, right?
Mhm.
What else is around?
It's just the stairwell. It's just stone.
There's nothing
Wisconsin.
else? There's no other doorways?
No.
Okay. I want to walk back up the stairs, but I want to look. I'm keeping my eye out for doorways that lead to obscure and shady looking places.
Shady looking places.
Okay, making. Well, you're trying to go around, look for it, or just like sort of peer as you are.
I'm just
Let's get
keeping
a
my eyes
perception.
out for it.
For Captain Gek.
Um, did you
Good question.
say it's 2 or 3 casts per long rest, Zach? For this Ring of
Or
Silence. What?
3, and the regain period is you can regain 1 casting a day.
Okay.
So you
So
expend 3,
each
it takes 3 days
long.
to get back.
Okay.
Yeah. Each
Gotcha.
long rest you can regain 1.
Okay.
It's 3
Cool, cool,
casts.
cool.
So that's a very powerful item.
Yeah.
In
Heck
fact, as you
yeah.
think about it, you realize that maybe even that was offered to you at a little bit of a discount. You
Mm.
guys probably had like heroes.
Heroes discount. Woo,
What'd you get there, bud?
7.
I'm sorry, buddy. Just a bunch of reputable shops. Once you guys get back up, Teller goes, I need to probably go find the little elf's room, but I'll be back in just a moment. And he slips away.
Greta, I was thinking about, I don't know, I was thinking about heading towards, like,
Catheter.
What did you just say?
I didn't say anything. What are
No,
you
what did
saying,
you say?
bro?
What did
What are you saying, bro? I didn't say anything. What are you saying?
I was thinking
what
of
did
heading
you hear,
to the
Jackie? I heard
what?
you said catheter?
Yes, he did.
What are you saying, bro? Guys,
I
Why?
was
guys, you gotta stay
thinking of
focused on the role
I
play.
was thinking of heading back or I was thinking of heading towards the cathedral maybe or the orphanage. I was also kind of wanting to like busk because I used to do that when I was younger, I feel like.
Ooh, that would be cool.
What is Zach? What is this face,
Rose
Zachary?
out here being Busker Rhymes. Sorry. Also, I farted. But
Did we ever stop in a tavern to get a room?
We did not.
wait, you
We
did when you
didn't
were in
do
Port,
that.
yes, but not here.
Yeah, but not here. We should also probably get a room for the night, don't you think, Greta?
Yeah, should we get one close to the cathedral?
Yeah, we
Tello
Really
could.
nice.
Tello like reappears over Greta's shoulder. It like makes you jump when he talks Greta in. And he goes,
So you've got to stop doing that. How do you? I don't even know how you sneak around
he
so
just
quiet.
leans down to you without looking directly at you, Greta, and goes, "You underestimated the sneakiness in Insidian." And he stands back up and he
Guys,
goes,
if it's just the three of us, you can't talk in
"Just the
Yunsinian.
three of us."
I
And he
don't
goes,
like being left out, you guys.
and he
What are you
Tello says,
saying?
"I mean, do they have lodging at your home, bro?"
Do I know if they do that?
They do. Yeah, there's
They
stop
do?
order at
They
every temple of
do?
Saloon. There is.
Oh, that's
He
right.
says,
We learned about that in the North Storm.
"Oh, okay." You also learned about it in the temple in Biasta. And
Oh,
Tello
yeah,
says,
duh.
I mean, not to pressure you.
Yeah.
Are you sort of,
Uh, yeah,
is
I
there a
think we
reason we haven't gone yet, or?"
no, I think we should go, and I didn't even think about that. We could definitely stay there. Um, yeah, why not? Why not? We don't have to go in a tavern this time. It'll probably be more quiet and everything anyway. Yeah.
All right, I'm down. Sorry, I
I
didn't
wasn't
realize
saying
everyone.
anything. I was
I
like,
remembered I,
"Huh?"
I remembered I was the
Okay.
DM, and that everyone was looking at me, and I was like, "Oh shoot."
I'm good to go there. I'm excited to see your cathedral, Ro.
Yeah, I'm a little bit nervous. Uh,
Why?
I don't know. It's been 20 years almost. Who knows how it's changed or how it stayed
That
the
makes
same?
sense.
I
Greta,
don't
what's your passive
know
perception?
which is better.
Yeah, mom.
No, it's not.
15.
Okay,
Mine's
continue
20.
with the conversation.
Is there anything I see?
Uh, no,
What?
not that way. Please continue.
Ah!
What were you guys saying?
What?
You just did that to.
He
What do
messing.
you guys can continue with your conversation.
Well, yeah, I guess we could, yeah, why not? Why don't we head over there? But maybe no, it might be, yeah, let's head over there. And if I feel the urge to sing a song, I
Yes.
might. I just, I felt with like us getting the Holy Hunters book and like us being back here. I wasn't here when all of that went down, but I
Yeah.
I heard about it and I knew about it. And I have like I don't know, I've been I wrote something about it quite a while
Mm.
ago and I haven't like had a good place to try it out and since we're
Is there like a
here in
stage somewhere
Yesbin,
that you can find?
not really. I just thought I might like, I don't know, go stand in front of one of those statues or something.
Yeah, that would be cool.
But
Yeah.
we'll see. I guess let's head
Mm.
over to the
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I liked that so much. That really cracked me up. Sorry, I wasn't ready for gap gap gap. That was like a Porky Pig. Okay. I don't know why Abby made
Okay.
that face.
Okay.
Uh, all right. Um, so as you guys are walking, you make your way. Okay. All right, you miscreant.
Dude,
Um,
look at me on the camera. Look.
all right. I don't
Abby's
know if this.
making
I don't know if
faces.
you guys. I don't know if you guys can. Hello, Nimbus. Abby
Abby
and
is
Greta say hi.
Abby is Kirbying the mic.
Sorry, guys. I got distracted by a cat. So cute. He's coming back to me. Hello, kitty kitty. Um, uh, so you guys leave the bazaar behind, uh, and you head out of the sort of shopping district. You pass in between buildings. Abby has fully left the room, and you just walked right out of the room. She's
She's
not
just
here.
gone.
So hope that's not important.
Abby has
Um,
left the building.
so anyway, death saving throw for Greta. But you you pass beyond the bazaar district, the shopping. Oh, okay, she just disappeared over my shoulder. That was really creepy. She just reappeared over my shoulder, went, and I was like, oh, okay. Um, you make your way out of the shopping district. Wow, listener, I'm sorry for this mess of a session. And you make your way back to the Bruggen at the center of town, and you have to cross over one of these really large bridges. This is the first time, and so these things are huge. And as you guys rise up to the side, the bridges are configured in an interesting way, where there's like a more shallow ascent at the side, and you realize that there are sort of like sloping walls that are at a much lower gradient that go up around the sides of Yesben. And then if you have a cart and you want to get from one side to another, you have to get in the queue and go over there. Like that, these bridges, they're far too steep for any cart. So it's just really Kung Fu Panda the stairs scene where you guys have to climb like 6 or 7 stories of stairs as you go up. And the quads start burning, and you start feeling in the calves, but you guys get to up the top, and as
I've
you
been
do,
working out.
that's
Is
true.
I'm fine.
You know what? Yeah, let's get an athletics check from Ro.
Oh
I like that.
no.
I wasn't thinking about it, but let's do it. Let's get one from Greta too.
What about
Can I
that?
interest you in
Jackie
acrobatics
Jackie really
instead?
said, "Teacher, you forgot the homework."
Can I interest you in acrobatics instead?
No, you cannot.
Listeners, is this an athletic question?
20!
Did you say a nat 20?
Yeah, but
Dude, what's your total, Ro?
18.
Man, you're rolling so hot. What'd you get,
But
Greta?
that's the highest I could get in athletics.
What'd you get, Greta? Oh, buddy, what'd you get? You got
A
4.
what? No,
This is
Greta!
this is easily Greta's worst rolling session ever.
I want you guys to know I rolled a nat 1, and then I rolled a 2, and then I rolled a 3.
My gosh.
What's
Buddy, that's
happening?
so bad.
What's
Abby,
happening?
I don't
What's
know.
Probably the lack of
Wait,
happening?
teachers. But
wait, did we
It's not. It's actually not. There's no way that it could be.
a little
Anyway.
a little backtrack here just real quick. Did we go collect Bazz and Craig to
Yeah,
go with
they're
us? Okay.
somewhere. Craig was making fun of Greta struggling on the stairs, and he was like, "I could do this all day." I go, "Oh!" And then he grabbed his button and he sprinted up the rest of the stairs to go to the other side because he had diarrhea again.
Oh my gosh.
So he has to go find a different big dwarf's room. And then Boz is there, and he's going up the stairs, and he goes, "Man, funny landing comment." And so Ro,
Yeah.
oh my goodness. Okay, it burns. It sucks. You're pumping. You get to the top. You're breathing hard. You have a sweat on your brow. You've got a long way to go. It's just not where you look back down. You beat Tello and Greta up the stairs. You're tired. You're winded, and you have to do that thing where you like take long, shallow breaths to
Yeah.
act like you're not panting, but like
Yeah.
and your legs are burning. But oh my goodness, you beat them up the stairs. And when Tello gets to the top, he goes, "Man, that's a good view." And he looks over to the bridge, and then you can hear him sort of like under his breath, and he's acting like he's not as winded as he is,
Yeah.
like you didn't really beat him up the stairs.
Tello, what were you saying about me going head to head with
Sorry, I
Paul or
couldn't hear
Bilton?
you. I was thinking in Unsinian.
Yeah,
And then
yeah.
after that, Greta, you come panting up the stairs behind, like
Ro
burning
mutters
legs.
something in giant.
I'm like sweating, and there's just she's like removed. Like you notice that like somehow she's like less. There's like less mass than normal, And after looking, you notice that, like, she's, like, taken off a couple of her cloaks, and it's still she still looks the same from the outside, but it's, like, somehow there's less fabric, um, and she's, like, dying a little bit.
Oof.
And Tello turns around and he goes, "Piggyback?"
Good.
Greta
Yeah.
Greta hops on and Tello, like and you guys go down the other side. You get to the bottom, whoo, legs are
He's like,
burning.
"Merci,
But,
merci, merci."
Ro
How do you do
oh,
that?
oh, sorry, and I
Yeah.
skipped it for a moment. When you guys were at the top of the bridge and you look out over the city, Ro, you see a sight you've seen in your life 1,000 times, but it's been almost 20 years as you look out over everything. I mean, this is one of the highest points in the city, each of these bridges. They stand out above most of the buildings. As you stand here so high also, if any of the characters are scared of heights, not fun. But as you stand out here and you look,
I don't think Bro's
ships
scared of
pass
heights.
through the river below, which flows as at this height, it looks like a river of glass reflecting the sun from above because you're so directly above it. And the city stretches out in its pale hues and it bleeds together with the rooftops of darker gray. And I mean, you've had the feeling in a number of poignant moments so far. But bro, there's just a party that looks out and realizes home. You're
Mm.
home. And there's something about this bridge for some reason that feels even more like home than anything else. What does Ro feel in sort of like a moment of contemplation here?
I think she feels like it's the first time, she's been able to have, like, a deep breath in a long time,
Mm,
and, like, there's something about like, the air feels, like, safer, and not just because,
mm,
like, the Kefkins aren't there, like, yeah, that's part of it, but, like, there's just something about something so familiar and home-like that
mm,
she hasn't felt in a long time. I mean, she's experienced a lot of new things and new places in a
mm.
very short amount of time, and she's always traveled, and so to be back somewhere that just feels really familiar, I think is more comforting than she ever realized it would be. Um, so I think she just kind of takes it all in for a second before heading down the stairs.
And as you step down this really grand stair bridge across the river, as you step down, Ro, for the first time in a long time, you feel like you're walking toward something.
Mm.
Oh.
And you realize for so long that you've been walking into mystery, into adventure, into wonder. For the first time in a long time, you feel like you're walking to something.
Mm.
And you feel a lot of emotions and memory. And right as you're at the top, no one else can pick it up yet. But you, because you know where to look for it so well, you see the very top of the cathedral sticking up above some of the other buildings. And you know that you're going the right way. You step down the bridge and you start
Mm.
making your way through streets. The party doesn't know where to go, but they just follow you in the correct direction.
Yeah.
And you make your way in between buildings, in between residential sections and structures of homes. There are many tall, like stacked housing structures here. It's like a
Mm.
townhome structure, but it's not one tall townhome. It's like two or three.
Yeah.
And there's shared stairwells in between, and this is where part of that like leveled city thing plays in. And you can see that like the city has, and there's that again that what you saw previously in the city, that two tone structure where there's one color below and another color above because the whole second floor of most of these buildings is different shades, a lighter stone color. And there's even a really interesting thing going on where there's all sorts of buildings where half of the building or part of a wall will be two different colors because part was the old stone and part is the new where it's been rebuilt from that calamitous destruction of Yeppen.
Mm.
And there are potters hanging out of windows filled with flowers that are blooming in the midsummer. And as you guys turn down one alley, you spook a number of sort of like dark blue doves. They kind of look like
Oh.
pigeons, but a much, much, much darker midnight blue. And they're actually they act and behave as pigeons, but you can think of them as doves,
Mm.
which pigeons are, but much more in the vein of like mourning doves in a large group. Except they're this dark, glossy blue, almost kind of like a true, not like a great-tailed grackle, but like a common grackle. That's not helpful, Zach. They're a really iridescent, dark, glossy blue, and as you walk by, they just in a large group and take off in the air. And as they fly by, Ro, you've just completely forgotten that that's something you were used to here, all those birds, and pass down streets and behind people, and you just walk by a street corner you knew, and a vendor you once stopped at many times, and the wild part is that you pass back into a world that doesn't know you, that doesn't remember you, doesn't recognize you, but it's so familiar to you. You wind and weave in between buildings, and after some time, you make your way toward an open clearing. It's maybe 45 minutes of walking as you guys weave around a building. Greta, you see for the first time. And Ro, you see for the thousandth. A grand edifice. There is a massive square, and at the center of this square is a small cathedral. The road is wider here, um, and there's a historic sense to it. The building is broad, and you remember its diamond arrangement, that there is a central cathedral building with two halls that move outward from it, smaller and shorter, bisecting like arms off of a central body, that meet two larger buildings, less in grandeur than the central cathedral, but significant of size, and themselves branch into two arms, and that there is a building finishing the configuration, so that each larger building in between the smaller, like sort of long ground level hallways, um, are uh, uh, are like the points, 4 points of a diamond almost, and in their center is, the grand garden or playground, as the kids thought of it, of the cathedral, and but you know that none of you can see that yet. And carved into the street, away from the diamond, are long grooves. Like basically, the way the stone was arranged in the street, the way it was set. This was one of the original structures of the city. It was set in such a way that it makes large arcing lines that build out the seven stars at different points around the cathedral in the street. And they're weared unevenly by the traffic of carts and footsteps. And there's a larger sort of sidewalk built up around the church. And planted all around it are small, in the path of the like arms of the stars is not road but soil, filled with grasses and flowers. There are sun lilies, and there are these very large sort of open splaying um, tulips that are very pale white,
My
and they
favorite.
are known as Wanderer's Way,
Oh.
because they're common in wilds, and if you pluck them and you pull out their stems at the base, there's often like a thick globule of a honey, an edible honey.
Oh.
That's like if you're really in need, you can eat for energy. It's also delicious when waved on things. It's also it is said in tale and rumor that they often grow along the path to send to temples of Saloon. That's why they're called Wanderer's Way. That the rumor. You've never seen it lived out, but you hear that they grow in strange and inhospitable environments, leading travelers to temples of Saloon where they might find respite. And they're tended in special designs around the outside of the building. The cathedral itself is tall. The central building, at the top of its spire, reaches almost 4 stories. And to describe the central building, it is in a uh, it's in a heptagonal shape. Um, it has 7 sides. It's like a cylindrical edifice in a simple sense, and then heptagonal. And there's a first floor which reaches all the way up to 15 feet high, which is heptagonal, and then an inward curving roof of more of those sort of like Spanish tiles that the rest of the city has, of that dark gray, almost sort of like a terracotta or a clay. Something there must be something different, but a similar sort of mineral. And they groove in and over each other, uh, and then they lead up to the second floor, which is the exact same shape but more narrow. And then they lead upward, and then at the top is the central sort of spire conical top, and the top of it is there are long, thin metal borders to that top point, which is itself more of that sort of clay tile, but at the top it is coated in mithril, which is very expensive, but it is so that at the night it catches moonlight on it, so that if someone
Mm.
were far, far away, they would be able to see the top of the temple and move to it if they needed to. And
Sick.
you can see right at the top of that sort of uh, spire, like sort of top hat to the main cathedral. There is a huge stained glass window on the front, and on each of the each on the 7 faces, and each one of those windows is probably about 6 feet high, and it's a perfect circle, and it shows the 7 stars in like a pale silver. So the whole window is such a dark navy blue that you can't see. The light almost doesn't penetrate except for those 7 stars, and it's at each of the 7 sides. And as you all approach, you can hear like a boom, 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 boom. And Ro, you hear a sound you'd forgot you knew, which is from the bell tower at the other side of the cathedral. It's ringing the hour, and you remember, oh yeah, that's how you got so fixated on time, is because you could always hear it here at the cathedral. And the 2 halls branch away from the main building, um, and to side buildings, and we'll describe it more when we get to them. But Rose, you stand there sort of dumbfounded. All of your allies are around you, except for Craig, who's desperately using a bathroom. And you stand before home. And that is where we will end
Ah,
episode 83.
there's I got home.
So, players,
Ah,
you begin 0.02 levels. You can mark it on your player sheet. And we'll come back with a really cool second session. Listeners,
let's
you're thinking to
go.
yourself, what are they going to do? They're going to do something unpredictable. What would they plug the Patreon like we do every time? It's got cool stuff, guys. It has a bunch of bonus one shots. That's an incredible value, you say. But wait, there is more. We have third watches, interesting interviews where we pick the players' brains. How interesting! They haven't done one in a long time, but they're going to. Individual readings of in-world materials like poetry found in Bazz's books. You know it. Extra artwork that players drew from the podcast. But wait, there's new
Commercials.
stuff. There's a commercial. We posted a commercial. So a while back, we thought we were going to have mid-roll commercials, and we never did it. But we recorded a bunch of commercials for in-world things. So we have a commercial from Madame Meescore up on the Patreon right now. And there might be even some cool new stuff we've been working on that might come out soon. So who knows? So Patreon's cool. It's got a ton of value. But guys, if you're not trying to get into that boat, that's okay. We appreciate you guys for supporting the podcast. Abby, I think your cat might be eating some of your yarn. No, never mind. That's you just slowly pulling it as you use it. We just thank you guys for being a part of this journey with us. Can't believe we've made it all the way back to the cathedral and Zed, y'all. This campaign's been going for a hot second. So if you've been listening to the podcast all this time, thank you. I hope you enjoy it. I hope it means something to you. I hope it encourages you and genuinely serves you. And more than anything, we want you to know that life is an incredible adventure and you are an important part of it. You're loved. And if you're looking for a home, know that there's always one a little closer than you think. And love's never quite as far away as you think it is. Players, any thoughts for the listeners? It's fine if there's not.
Raccoon.
Y'all
Raccoon.
are the best. I love y'all.
All right. Skibbity wop and dada.
Da-da.
Okay.
Da-da.